5 to 1 goal 3 heading into the second quarter here at Central Reserve. The Waverley Toyota Oval in Glen Waverley as the second quarter does get underway, and Dove there against Mackenzie competing. Strong tackle, Danaher got involved. Monk's got it out, quick kick forward, but Odden's back there to take the mark, and judges it so well. Max Odden drives the kick forward up towards Hammond. Van der Haar works his way back, beats the attempted tackle. Mackenzie's handball, a bit of a floater to Whelan. Sold him a hospital job then, and Whelan was strongly tackled by Hammond. But the umpire said there was no prior opportunity then for Blair Whelan. So it'll be a ball up. Umpire throws it up. Tackle there on Marn. Ball on the deck, who can get clean possession? Sochio drives Sia Cavallis into the ground with the tackle, and it will be another ball up. So, in case you didn't hear it, Baronia doing well in their preliminary final against Scoresby, 4 goals to nothing in the first term in that one. Much more close game here as Conway spins out of the tackle nicely, gives off the handball. Dunn did well just to get an important hand there. Dorian with the clearing kick up towards the wing. Carried over the head then of Hudson and Sia Cavallis, and over the boundary line for a throw-in.
I reckon what Andrew Tranquilli is doing with Frankie Mackenzie, he's letting him have his way around the ground, and when the ball goes into their forward 50, Nick Coleman is doing the ruck work as well as playing that permanent forward position.
Mackenzie palmed it down, but it was intercepted by Lawler, who got it to Compton. Compton dives over the footy. Malloy got the handball away. Quick kick by Fogarty was effective, and he got it forward to Monks, who wheels around now. Tumbles it forward, not his best effort. Finishes up in the hands of Coleman. Coleman concedes a lot of ground with the kick, looking for Saville. Plenty of Blackburn defenders there in opposition. Marn, well tackled. Ball on the deck. Lawler and Marn have a real how do you do on the ground, and the umpire's right on the scene there to watch that one. Other players come in as well to throw their way in, and nothing came out of that. It'll be a ball up.
Well, it's across the centre half forward line here for Doncaster. The knock goes in towards the middle of the ground. Getting down low there was Whelan. The umpire's seen it, and he's going to be paid a free kick. It might not even be Whelan that time.
It's Saville, I think, BWS.
It's James Saville on the left boot. Goes the inside forward 50, leading out in front, knocked away that time. Comes down, Odden tried to get boot to ball. At the fall there was Fife also, had some support. Fife goes in after it again. That kick was smothered, nicely done there and picked up there by Gray. Just tried to work the ball forward. The forward pressure from Doncaster was sensational there. They want to keep it in their zone, and we'll have a ball up. Pye throws the ball up now. Mackenzie versus Dove. We'll call that one even Steven. Quick clearing kick from Blackburn. Goes out towards the half back line. The Sharks do have the numbers though. Winding around now on the right boot up towards the Anarchist direction. That was from Whelan. Was able to trap it. Then go towards the Kalanj direction, who was out in front and had the good jukes and the flight. Read it well, takes it, so he'll kick from 45, a difficult angle. He wants to move the ball on. It was a risky kick though, but it was a good one. And the mark has been taken only about 25 metres out by Fogarty. And we're right behind him here in the grandstand. The crowd will tell the story on this one. Doncaster searching for their second goal. Let's cross down quickly to Ray Baird, boundary side.
Fogarty ran 30 metres to get that. There was a huge opening for him.
Yeah, that was poor marking there by Blackburn.
Michael Fogarty comes in now, starts it right, works it back magnificently. That was a fantastic kick on goal. Fogarty kicks his first of the day, and second of the day, which takes him to 10 goals for season 2018.
Yeah, and that was, like I said, Ray Baird picked up on that very nicely then. Fogarty was allowed to run into the forward 50 unimpeded, and was the beneficiary of a beautiful pass from Jake Kalanj to put the goal through. Yes, Raymond?
All the Blackburn players thought he was going to go back and have a shot for goal.
So back in the middle, it is a 8-point lead to Doncaster. 2 goals, 5 to Blackburn, 1 goal, 3. Dove there takes possession, got it out to Young, who had his kick well smothered by Anarchis. Paddled along there by Marn. Marn did really well, got it to Anarchis. This is promising. Fogarty, neat kick by Fogarty to Kalanj. Did it hit the ground? The umpire said yes. Fife throws it on the boot, and that's a great goal by Riley Fife. 45 metres out off his left foot. And it all came about because the mark wasn't paid then to Kalanj.
And it was the right call too, because it looked in play, it looked like it was a mark, but looking at the replay from Lee Green, LK Alamedi, the best in the business, we could see that it did hit the deck there. But a fantastic finish there. Riley Fife slotting the second goal in a matter of minutes to the Doncaster Football Club, who were opening themselves out to a handy lead here. 3-5-23 to 1-3-9. Ball back in the middle now. Dove got the knockdown. Little kick off the ground that time by Murphy out towards the wing position where Malloy leads out in a foot race. Right on his hammer out there is Lawler. Malloy did really well. Got the handball towards the Ramboldi area. He'll eventually receive the handball. This is good play here by Doncaster. Maybe an unnecessary bounce there by Ramboldi. There's the kick goes in towards the Kalanj direction. Once again, he gets down low. He just liked them just to kick it a little bit further for him. He's trying to take those slips catches, and he sees it over the boundary line and over and out.
Yeah, he's going to take when they deliver the ball at Jake Kalanj, he always seems to be in those awkward positions to try and take a mark.
So the umpire to bring it back in now. Conway had the front spot. Dove got the knockdown over the top there. Ramboldi came. Sika Vallis, in fact, was there. Nice little link up there. Conton got the handball away. Now on the right boot is Dorian up towards the wing position, where streaming out in front there was Timmy Watkins on the right boot. He'll wind around, kicking towards the middle of the ground. Fogarty was there to chop it off. Mackenzie got a handball away, then a little knock on as well. It's still a hot football right in the middle of the ground. Little handball out there by Sika Vallis to Fogarty. Just got boot to ball in time. It's still a scrambly one. Anarchis goes in, throws the shoulders back. Umpire said everything was okay there. We'll have a ball up just inside the centre square far side.
At the moment, Doncaster are making their own luck, and they're being rewarded with those little 50-50s going their way.
14 points the margin. Doncaster leading 3-5 to 1-3, and it's 7 minutes gone in the second quarter. And umpire taking his time. Throw it up, does so now. Quick kick came out of the pack, but it was smothered. Anarchis tried to feed it out, but it was intercepted there by Young. Young's handball didn't travel far, and Ramboldi put his body over the ball, and there'll be another ball up.
Desperate to know the score out at Eastfield Reserve today between Scoresby and Baronia. Dan Sensick around the grounds on the score centre.
Yeah, in the second term, Baronia 4-5-29, leading Scoresby 2 behinds.
Here goes Conker again, but his handball was chopped off there by Van der Haar, who gave it out to Schimmelbusch. Schimmelbusch's high kick. Nicely taken away there by Patterson. Neat kick. They go forward now through Murphy. Inside forward, 50. Sika Vallis did well back there. Handball by Hanley to Hudson. Hudson over the top to Watkins. Does he get around? No, he doesn't. Great tackle by Sika Vallis. But Hudson has socketed off the ground.
That's a goal.
And
is it a goal?
Hasn't been paid a goal.
Free kick, is it?
He's been paid for that. The Watkins tackle has been rewarded there by the umpires.
So holding the ball paid there against Watkins to Sika Vallis. Sika Vallis's kick. Nice effort there by Young. Fed it out to Patterson, but Schimmelbusch got it and gave it to Fogarty. They're off and running now, the Sharks on the outer side, up towards half-back. Kick by Turner was a good one. On a long lead was Coleman. Coleman drags it in now, feeds it out to Fogarty. Fogarty back to Ramboldi. The kick hugging the boundary there and over the line, out on the full. And, or did it just bounce inside the field of play?
I think it might have.
Yeah, Doncaster are really running hard in this opening 10 minutes here. They've opened up the game a little bit.
9 minutes tick over in the second term of the first semi-final. Ball hits the deck. Fogarty, what a game he's having so far in this clash. Hits the deck. He's everywhere at the moment. Umpire to restart this one. Dove versus Mackenzie in the ruck contest. Frankie got the knockdown straight into the arms there of Danaher, and up and under kick. It hasn't gone too far as Ramboldi got the knockdown. Eventually spills into the arms there of Mahon. Did really well. Got it away back to Ramboldi. Got it away to Finnan. Snapped around the body. Gained 20 valuable metres. But Compton was there to mop up there for Blackburn, who just had no time really. Didn't know where he was kicking. Mackenzie takes the mark. So big Frankie, he's about 65 metres out. Kicks the ball in towards the Coman direction. And you saw him take off from 20 metres from once he started, and he always has a good leap, and he was out in front, and will go back to put through Doncaster's 4th goal of the afternoon. If he kicks this, Brash, that's a pretty handy lead.
Yeah, the Blackburn defence stopped there and allowed Coman to run into space unimpeded.
Well, he's kicked 19 goals for the season. Coman on the right boot, make that 20. Straight over the goal umpire's head it goes. 10.5 minutes into the second term of the first semi-final. Doncaster open themselves up to a handy lead, 4-5-29, 20 points in front of Blackburn, who are 1-3-9.
Yeah, Blackburn are really finding it hard at the moment. Doncaster, as I just said a minute ago, are starting to win those crucial contests and stoppages around the ball, but they're running a little bit harder through the midfield, and Blackburn have now got to find a way to get themselves back into the contest.
3 goals this quarter for Doncaster, kicked by Fogarty, Fife and Coman, and Blackburn haven't been able to register a score in this second quarter. 10 minutes or nearly 11 minutes into the term, as Nahn there's well tackled. The umpire already said that he'd already blown the whistle for a ball up.
Consider himself lucky there. At Footy EFL, if you're out at East Bellwood today, Baronia Scoresby, we want play-by-play.
Quick kick forward there by Dove. Floats it forward. Well done there by Whelan. Probably should have held the mark. Conquers handball. Looking for Lawler. Malloy in opposition. Boot to ball there by Lawler, but it's brushed the padding on the goalpost. And that's unlucky there for Patrick Lawler. And he throws his hands up to his head in despair. He knows that was a chance gone begging.
So the Sharks bring the ball back into play. Hartwig takes it. Wanted to play on as well. He's put himself in a fair bit of trouble here. Gets it back to C. Cavalis, who kicked it to him from the kick-in, who goes out wide, and probably under that type of pressure is happy to see the ball go over the boundary line and out. So
I still don't think Andrew Tranquilli would be totally enamoured with some of the disposal from his side.
Certainly be happy that they're 19 points up though, Brush, as Coman had the front spot, got the knockdown straight into the arms there of Finnan, got the handball away, and Narcus on the right boot squares the kick up in towards the middle of the ground. Strong mark taken there by Hall, the caveman, on the right boot now. It's a very up and under kick up towards the half forward line, using his body well there was Monks. He had 2 players to beat at the fall of the ball, snaps it inside forward 50, a bouncing one, a one-on-one duel in shoes towards the top of the goal square. Who's going to be the first player to chase after that? Unless he was in there. Fans screaming for a free kick. Kick goes out towards the wing position now. Favourable bounce that time there by Hanley in towards the middle of the ground. Blackburn are off. Here's Hanley. Handball over the top. This might sit up okay for Sochio in towards the middle of the ground. They need to just use their disposal better. Murphy goes backwards. Back to Hanley on the right boot. Kicks the ball inside forward 50. Hammond had the front spot. Over the back there. It got knocked down to ground level. On top of that, Tyson Hardwick wanted to lay it, hold it in there. J.E. Hammond trying to bustle his way through a pack, but he had Todd Vanderhaar to deal with in that instant, and we will have a ball up 40 metres out from goal.
They've just got numbers around the contest, Doncaster.
Heaps of them around this ball, and it will be another ball up. Gee, Brash going through the middle, there was just no precision from Blackburn, was
Not
it?
all.
Every handball seemed to miss the target. They need to be a bit more switched on. Anarchis goes after the footy. Watkins feeds the handball out to Hanley. Hanley's kick was partly smothered. Vanderhaar, he had his kick well and truly smothered. Ball spills clear. Conker again involved. Over the top to Bathy. And from 1 metre out, Ryan Bathy boots his second goal. And once again, it was Luke Conker setting it up for him. Another goal assist for Conker. And Blackburn, they needed that one.
They did, because the flow of play had been going Doncaster's way. Once again, Brad, they've had to invent something, Blackburn, just to get a goal. They need to try and find a way or avenues into goal to try and score a bit more easier.
Well, if Conker goes to Bathy again, if they weren't besties, they will be by the end of this game today, as the ball's back in the middle of the ground. Umpire Damien Sully to restart this one. The premier umpires in Division 1. Throws it up, Mackenzie got it down, and Narcas released the football just in time. Murphy was in there, Mackenzie goes in after it again, little handball out wide. He was looking for his teammate there in 5. C. Cavallis came in, handball out wide by Blackburn. Strong tackle's been laid inside the centre square, and we'll have a ball up.
One guy that's got to get into the game in the midfield for Blackburn is Xavier Murphy. He's a key on ball. He just hasn't been able to get his hands on the ball at the moment. EFL.org.au streaming live around the globe this afternoon. Division 1 football at its best as Blackburn drive the ball forward again. Conker's out there. The ball did it wrong, and just at the last moment here, we're wheeling. They look to still have the numbers. Here's Bathy again. He almost gave the gift back there to Conker. He couldn't. He somehow got boot to ball. That was fantastic play. Deep in the forward pocket. Hitting the deck out there was Watkins. He was strongly tackled by Benny McGarnis. Will have a ball up right forward pocket. Deep in the Blackburn forward line, trailing by 13 points. Here's the restart. Mackenzie almost went up unattended there. McGarnis came barging his way through. Hartwig, little handball over the top. Mackenzie and C. Cavallis still raffled it there. Hammond came in from the side on ground level. Nicely done, C. Cavallis to Hartwig. Banged it on his boot out towards the dub direction for Blackburn. Got the handball away. Here's a go for the Burners. Spinning around now on the right boot. Nick Gray, can he put it through? He just had that goal awareness about him. Slammed it on his boot from 40 and put it straight over the goal umpire's head. That's his first of the afternoon, Nick Gray, and they narrow the margin back to 7 points out here, Blackburn. Yeah, very good goal there by Nick Gray. Was in the right position at the right time, but sized up the goal and was a very, very nice kick. It was really good pressure by that full forward line by Blackburn to force the turnover.
Oh, just in the last 5 or 6 minutes, they've really lifted their intensity around the ball, Blackburn. We'll get a score check in a moment from the Baronia Scoresby game, as Dorian is strongly tackled there by Turner. He was going nowhere. So the umpire to throw it up. It's a 7-point lead here to Doncaster. 4 goals 5 to Blackburn, 3 goals 4. Dorian throws it on the boot, up towards Bathy. Strongly tackled by Sia Cavallis. Going after the ball is Gray. Takes possession now. Gets the handball away. Good tackle by Vander. Look at the gang tackling. And that was cruel to be conceding the free kick there. The umpire said the tackle was too high or too aggressive. But holding the ball, the free kick play. Let's go to Rainer Seckers. Hammond wheels around. Hammond's launches a long kick. Bounces just the wrong side of the goalpost and through for a minor score. Ray Baird.
Yeah, the tackle was too high. You're spot on, Brad.
Well, Brad was saying the opposite, but I'll agree with you, Ray, because C. Cavallis was the third player to come in, and he did jump over the top. So Doncaster faithful breathe a sigh of relief with that one.
Yeah, Luke Conker walking off the ground very gingerly, or running off the ground very gingerly.
Jack Marm was really strong in that contest, took the mark, got it away to Anarka's kick, was smothered, goes after it again, and then might have been held without it. He knows how to play, he's a smart footballer, won the free kick inside the centre square. So Chris Anarkas switched the ball out wide. Had to be centimetre perfect, and it was. Here's Hartwig on the right boot, on the left boot now, up towards the half forward line. His kick out there, it was intended for the hall direction. Otten was right on the case, forced the spoil. They could have raffled it there. Turner was also out there for Doncaster. There's a big opportunity going begging. Maxi Otten seeing the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds. 70 metres out from the Doncaster goal line. Let's get an around the ground scores out at East Bell, Baronia and Scoresby, Dan.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. Baronia 4-7-31, Scoresby 2 behinds, and an update in the Vets Grand Final. Scoresby 2-2-14 to South Croydon, 5 behinds at quarter time.
Fantastic stuff there as Dorian winds around on the right boot out towards the wing position. Might sit up here for Murphy if he can just get a handle on it. Right on his case there was Malloy. The ball stayed alive though. Vazari did really well, but eventually forced over the boundary line and out of bounds.
He had a dirty day last week, Malloy, but that was really good there. Second and third efforts to create that stoppage.
You're right, Brash. He's normally so reliable, isn't he, over his career, David Malloy, and he did have a down day last week. Much better so far today as Danaher throws the ball on the boot. Chance there for Watkins, but he couldn't gather it in cleanly against McGarnis, and it will be another boundary throw in.
One thing that Blackburn have at least done is they've at least made sure that Matt Schimmelbusch hasn't gotten to the game yet either.
Approaching time on in the first semi-final. Dove wins it down, Ramboldi. Now Dove throws it on the boot again, kick around the corner, and that's a great mark by Hammond. And geez, he's looked dangerous today. He's looked very up and about and
he's
elusive.
got to back himself here though, because he's been a little bit indecisive at other times.
Well, this is certainly in his wheelhouse, I would have thought, this kick for goal. It's on the preferred side for a left footer, and it's only about 40, well, maybe 45 out. But yeah, you're right, he should back himself, and it looks like he will. And he looks like he's got a more confident approach this time. Hammond, gee, I'm not sure he got the ball drop quite right that time. It was an ugly kick, and it spun in a strange way as well, and went through for a minor score.
Bit of a shank there.
It's almost like you try to kick it too hard. He really sort of thumped it, but it didn't get any elevation. Minor score.
See, Cavallis for the second time has been asked to bring the ball back in. Hartwig takes it. 20-metre pass to him. Using the far side of Waverley Toyota Oval today as the kick goes out towards the wing position, but Blackburn might be a 25-metre penalty played here. It was Young who took the mark, and then he was off. Mackenzie's filthy. Needs to probably just calm the farm there, Frankie, otherwise it might turn into a 50.
Yeah, kill those Jets, Frankie.
So, Marcus Young. They're 2 kicks from home, the Burners. They only trail. They could hit the front if they kick the next goal. As the kick goes long into the forward line. Hammond back with the flight. What a fantastic mark that was. He takes it in the right forward pocket. Distance won't be a problem this time. Favourable side for a left footer if he wants to open the face for it, and I'm going to back him in here.
Surely he's got to kick this one, Jake.
Kicked 54 goals for the season to give Blackburn the lead for the first time in this game today in the Division 1 first semi-final. You can see he's already opening himself out for the snap situation. Winds around now, kicks it on the left boot and kicks it straight over the goal umpire's head. That's his first goal of the afternoon. Jake Hammond make that 55 for the year now, and the Burners have hit the front out here. Well, we expected a close one, and on the eve of half-time, it's absolutely looking that way. Wayne Brasher, Blackburn lead by 1.30 to 29.
Once again, it's this mirror image of the first quarter. Doncaster owned the first 10-12 minutes of the quarter and kicked 3 goals. Blackburn have responded again. They keep coming, and now they've finally been rewarded with the lead just on the stroke of half-time.
Yeah, great recovery by the Burners. They've kicked the last 3 goals, and they now lead by 1 point.
Such a good mark, that.
Back in the middle again. Sochio there. Schimmelbusch applies the tackle, and you're right, Brash, by this time last week, Matt Schimmelbusch had a huge influence on the game, but he hasn't been involved all that much today.
Speak of the devil, blood rule.
And as I say that, he's going to have to spend at least a couple of minutes off the field now as he leaves with the
right on the schnoz, that one is as well.
So Schimmelbusch comes off. Josh Turner replaces him.
Just waiting for Ray Baird to offer his hanky as he was running off.
Umpire throws it up. Watkins against Coleman. Quick kick came out of the pack. Booted forward by Compton. Paddled nicely by Hammond. Got it to Dorian. Back to Hammond. High kick. Looking for Lawler. Almost dragged in the mark. Sochio tries to take possession, then probably almost gave a high tackle away. Wasn't paid. Hammond on the deck. Tries to feed it out there to Hudson. He almost...
There was a little look away rugby throw.
Yeah, I was going to say that. It was very much like in the scrum. The attempted to the feed to Hudson, but the umpire was blindsided by that one.
He has come alive, Hammond, hasn't he, in this second term?
He's kicked 1 goal, 2 for the quarter, and some of the marks he's taken have been very impressive. He's looking dangerous today. Looks like he could be on for one of those days where he kicks 5 or 6. Umpire tosses it up. Big leap by Coleman. And once again, over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Blackburn get the next one here. They go in at half time with all the momentum, Brush.
They do, and it's amazing, really, because Doncaster have controlled the contest for most, you know, for at least 20 minutes of the 40.
So ball comes in, hits the deck, so we have a ball up now. We're 40 metres out. Blackburn goal, end of Waverley Toyota Oval. See, Cavallis came charging through. Fogarty, little knockout towards the Dorian direction for Blackburn, who ducked under the tackle, did really well just to be able to release that time. Gray had his head over the football, almost could have got a free kick. Umpire Damien Sellers said all was fair. Let's have a ball up 55 metres out. Let's cross to Dan Sensick with some more scores around the grounds on the score centre.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. Baronia 5-7-37 to Scoresby 3 behind, so a 34-point lead.
Well, it's going to be a long, it's going to be a hard slog to get back into that contest. The Hawks out to play today. They could have 3 teams in the grand final. Kick goes forward there. That time by Compton. It was almost marked in the forward pocket. Doncaster, they stay alive, get it out of that danger zone. Little knockdown over the top. Here's a go for that man, Bathy, who kicks it across the face. And Tyson Hartwig takes the mark. Here's a go for Angelo Ramboldi, though. Takes the mark and then takes off. He backs himself. Geez, he's a class act player. I love watching him play. He thumps the ball inside forward 50. He was looking for Marn that time. Leading out in the race, though, that time was Faulkner. He did really well for Blackburn. Just to muscle his way to the front. Gained 25 valuable metres and forced a stoppage on the far side of Waverley Toyota Oval. And we'll have a boundary thrown right underneath the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, which is 25.5 minutes into this second term, first semi-final day. Blackburn lead by 1 point over Doncaster.
Boundary throw-in, Coleman against Dove. That one was a bit of a 0-0 draw, close to the boundary, and then fisted over the line there by Dorian.
He's done some nice little things in this second quarter. Dorian on the wing, won a few hard ball gets, and just some nice little handballs to set up some play.
I was really hoping old mate in the Melbourne Storm top was going to do a rugby pass over.
Umpire throws it back in. Quick kick along the line there. Malloy gave the handball back. Van der Haar's high kick. Camped under it for the longest time was Compton. And Paddy Compton didn't panic. Kept his head. And kicks to the true centre half forward position. No mark. Came off hands. Quick kick around the corner by Danaher, and he hits Hudson on the chest.
Been quiet, Danaher.
It has been pretty quiet today. He's normally a ball magnet. On that occasion, he slammed the kick forward, and Sam Hudson was in the right place at the right time.
Well, he's a renowned goal kicker. Sam Hudson was really good in his younger days.
15 goals for the year for Hudson. Lines up the goals and makes no mistake. Puts it through the middle and kicks his 16th of the year. And Sam Hudson gets his first goal of today.
Around the grounds with Dan Sensick.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. Baronia 6-7-43 to Scoresby 3 behind. 40-point margin.
Wow.
That is unbelievable.
So, of course, Baronia winning in the under-19s today against Heathmont.
Yeah. What about in the reserves?
Thought you were going to come through with the goods there, Brash.
I didn't. I don't.
No, they were up by 8 goals going into the last term, so I'm confident in saying that Baronia have 2 sides that are already into the grand final next week, and at halftime, that life's looking pretty peachy down at Tormore Reserve as the kick goes up. Now, Kalandra, who's been relatively quiet, takes the mark from centre half forward, goes inside forward 50. Ramboldi couldn't take the mark. He's a class act to the top of the goal square. He just didn't have enough purchase on it. Mickey Dunn was there to get the spoil, get the touch on it. Coleman was there also. Ramboldi, you probably almost expected him to snag that one through for a minor score. 6 points is the margin. 4-6-30 Doncaster, 5-6-36 Blackburn. 28.5 played in the first term, in the second term. Should have said first half, Brad.
Correct, as Compton brings the ball back in. Nice pass, and he finds Odden, who's been a bit quieter in this second term. He hasn't had as much work to do as he did in that first quarter as the siren sounds, and that was a quarter which was initially dominated by Doncaster, and then Blackburn kicked the last 4 goals of the quarter, and they actually hold the lead at the long break. So Blackburn are 5 goals, 6-36. Doncaster 4 goals, 6-30 as we cross down to Ray Baird on the boundary.
Okay, I'm just going to try and get Brendan Allen, boys. Okay.
Yep, no worries, Ray. So 6-point lead to Blackburn. Hoping to speak to Brendan Allen very shortly.
Please.
Yeah, you're on, Ray.
They got away from you early next quarter.
Yeah, it was. They got a little bit of a run on, and that's their game. They like to get people out the back. So we just had to need to tighten up defensively in and around stoppage and just sort of take that away from them.
Jay Cameron taking some spectacular jobs up there.
Yeah, just very, very good contested mark. But
Walk
you actually
with
have
him,
to look
Ray.
in and around how he was being able to get isolated. So the boys up front are doing a really good job in making sure that he can get a contest 1v1 instead of having 3 or 4 blokes hanging off him.
Hey, thanks for talking to us. Thanks, boys.
Thanks,
Thank
Ray
you.
Baird.
Thank you there to Ray Baird and Brendan Allen. And at halftime, it is Blackburn leading by 6 points, 1 goal a margin. Bathy has kicked 2 for Blackburn, and for Doncaster, Michael Fogarty has 2 goals.
Hope you're enjoying the broadcast on afl.org.au. There's some big clashes happening around the eastern suburbs in the EFL today. Of course, the Vets Grand Final is happening out at Lilydale. There's a preliminary final in Division 3 out at East Burwood between Baronia and Scoresby, of which Baronia, who lost a fortnight ago to the Magpies, are in a very comfortable position leading into half-time. And out here at Central Reserve, which is now known as Waverley Toyota Oval, it is as good as it gets. It is Blackburn leading this game 5-6-36 to Doncaster 4-6-30. Stay with us, there's plenty more to come on EFL Game Day.